Good morning students. Today's topic is www. www stands for World Wide Web. Okay. The World Wide Web abbreviated as www and which is commonly known as the web. Okay. The leading information retrieval service of the internet. The web gives users access to a vast array of documents which is in form of hypertext or hypermedia or hyperlinks. Okay. So, there are so many technologies is available for the World Wide Web. Basically, three technologies are there: web browsers, HTML and HTTP. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And web browser is used to access web pages. Web browsers can be defined as programs which is display as the text, data, pictures, animation and video on the internet. Hyperlinked resources on the World Wide Web can be accessed using software interface provided by web browsers. Initially, web browsers were used only for surfing the web, but now they have become more universal. Web browsers can be used for several tasks, including conducting searches, mailing, transferring files, and much more. Some of commonly used browsers are Internet Explorer, Opera, and Google. There are so many features are there for www. First one is Hypertext Information System, cross-platform, distributed. It is open standards and open source. It uses web browsers to provide a single interface for many services. It is dynamic, interactive and involving. Okay. The basic components of web is three. One is URL, another one is HTTP and last one is HTML. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator, which serves as system for resources on web. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which specifies communication of browser and server. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which defines the structure, organization and content of the web page. The web operates within the Internet Basic Client-Server format. Servers are computer programs that store and transmit documents to other computers on the network when asked to, while clients are programs that request documents from a server as the user asks for them. Browser software allows users to view the retrieved documents, and this client-server technology is possible for HTTP protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So these are all about World Wide Web. Okay. Next, we go for next topic is Application Label Protocol. So what do you mean by application label? So application label protocol is same as our application layer in our OSI model. So application layer is present at the top of the OSI model. OSI model has 7 layers and the topmost layer is known as our application layer. So it is the layer through which users interact and it provides services to user. Okay. and so many protocols are there which is undergone our application label protocol. First one is your DNS, next is SMTP, next is POP, next is FTP, and last one is HTTP. So first is DNS. DNS stands for Domain Name System. Every time user use a domain name, therefore a DNS service must translate the name into the corresponding IP address. For example, the domain name is www.abc.com might translate to as a number like 198.105.232.4, and port number for DNS is 53. So DNS name is unique like our roll number of the student, and by the DNS name we can identify a website name. Next one is our SMTP. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is a part of the TCP/IP protocol and it is also a part of OSI model. Using a process called store and forward, SMTP moves our email on and across the networks. It works closely with something called the mail transfer agent to send our communication to the computer and email inbox, and port number for SMTP is 25, whereas port number for DNS is 53. The port number for SMTP is 25. It helps email to transferring the mail to the right person which is required. Okay. Next one is our POP stands for Post Office Protocol, which is a widely used email application protocol that can be used to retrieve email from an email server for the client application such as Microsoft Outlook. The current version of POP is POP3. POP servers set up mailboxes for each email account name. The server retrieves the mail for a domain and sorts it into these individual folders. Then a user uses a POP client program to connect to the POP server and download all the mail in that user's folder to the user's computer. Usually, when the mail messages are transferred to the client machine, they are deleted from the server. Okay. Next is our FTP, which stands for File Transfer. FTP is also a standard internet protocol which is provided by TCP/IP. Is used for transmitting the files from one host to another host. It is mainly used for transferring the web page files from their creator to the computer that acts as a server for other computers on the internet. It is also used for downloading the files to computer from other servers. It provides the sharing of files. It is used to encourage the use of remote computers. It transfers the data for more reliably and more efficiently comparison to other protocol. Our last protocol is application label protocol is HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a protocol used to access the data on the World Wide Web. The HTTP protocol can be used to transfer the data in the form of plain text, hypertext, audio, video, and so on. This protocol is known as Hypertext Transfer Protocol because of its efficiency that allows us to use in a hypertext environment where there are rapid jumps from one document to another document. HTTP is similar to the FTP as it also transferred the files from one host to another host. But HTTP is simpler than FTP as HTTP uses only one connection, that is, no control connection to transfer the files. HTTP is used to carry the data in the form of MIME-like format. HTTP is similar to SMTP as the data is transferred between client and server. The HTTP differs from the SMTP in the way the messages are sent from the client to the server and from server to the client. SMTP messages are stored and forwarded while HTTP messages are delivered immediately in comparison to SMTP. So these are all about our application label protocol. Thank you.